What's up, everybody? Tommy Hayden with Combat Matrix here, and I'm here with Jack Lowe, the owner and head coach for Powerhouse Phuket. Jack, how you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me, Tommy.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. Like, being able to come down here and train with you guys, it's an excellent experience, especially because, like, you've got such a diverse range of fighters in your classes that it is just, it's nice for me to come in, especially as an old guy now, you know what I mean? and be able to see all these young up and comers. And what we were talking about earlier is you guys are pretty active on the scene as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have guys fighting locally, guys fighting internationally, and on big shows in Bangkok. Yeah, it's going well. We have, I mean, now that COVID's ended and things are opening up, our fights are really starting to pick up, and guys are traveling for fights, fighting locally. It's good.
So recently you had somebody fight on One Lumpini, right?
Yes, the One Friday fights. Yeah.
The One Friday fights. And which fighter is that? Who is he?
He's a guy called Angelos. I can't pronounce his surname. It's Greek, Yakimias, but I'm sure you'll know him soon enough. He fights in a 61.2 weight category. He is Muay mat style,
Okay.
which obviously favours him pretty well, fighting in the 4-ounce gloves. So
Yep.
he's found his own niche there for striking. He came to Thailand to being a kickboxer, and fortunately, small gloves Muay Thai kicked off, and
Yeah.
so that favoured him quite well, you know.
Muay mat, for all of you out here who don't know, hands. He likes to use his hands.
Loves the punch. Loves the punch and low kick.
Yeah. And well, sparring with him too, he puts together his combinations really well.
Yeah, very fluid, yeah. So
Yeah.
he's brought that kickboxing background, and like we have a very hybrid style of training here, so we're able to nurture some of his skills that he built up from kickboxing and weaponize them and transfer them to Muay Thai and make them really effective within the Muay Thai rule set as well.
Nice. And so how often are your fighters fighting?
Local shows, we have guys fighting every week, more than once a week. The big shows in Bangkok, probably once a month, twice a month, and the internationals, maybe a little bit less, just a few times a year. But who knows, man? Like, the world's opening up now, so since we've been able to travel, we've been traveling, so I'm sure there's going to be much more.
Yeah, that's cool. And now, with the world opening up, so we were talking a little bit about how you plan to expand the gym and how you plan to expand the class schedule.
Yeah. So right now we're running just Muay Thai classes, or Muay Thai, but everyone in the class is very different styles. We have kickboxers, boxers, MMA guys, Muay Thai athletes. So my plan right now would be to just continue to create our own little niche within striking on Phuket and in Thailand, and to really like expand our striking program. So we're bringing in some coaches from abroad who are going to bring a wealth of knowledge with them, who are going to help teach specific styles. And we're going to have kickboxing, Muay Thai, striking for MMA, boxing, and that's the plan, to take over the striking for combat sports.
So that's really cool. Okay, so you want to go into each different niche and then start tying it all together.
Yes, so we have an audience with all of these different striking backgrounds. So right now we have a Muay Thai, and that's our base, but we want to look after and help these other guys to develop their skills within their own special disciplines, because in Phuket there's not a lot of diversity with it. It's just Muay Thai, MMA, and I mean, it's not the same for all MMA gyms, but it's quite often the case is one of the programs is failing. They have a great MMA, but the Muay Thai sucks. So they got good jiu-jitsu, but the wrestling sucks. So we want to just focus on striking right now, and make sure that's the best level, and then we will move on to the other styles.
And so, what coaches are you bringing in for?
So we have I mean, first on our list coming over is Dorian Price from US.
I know Dorian.
Your
Friends with
guy,
Dorian.
yeah.
I love that dude.
So he's going to be a great asset to the team, and he's obviously going to bring over a wealth of knowledge within Muay Thai, as well as working with MMA athletes and how they can bring Muay Thai into their MMA game. So
Yep.
he'll be our start, and then we're on the look now for a boxing coach. That'll be
Okay.
our next one, like a Western boxing coach.
Proper boxing.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, like a trainer, but he still has the idea to be able to make this applicable for other striking sports as well, because a lot of our guys aren't just boxers. We have guys who want to work on their boxing for Muay Thai or for MMA.
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, boxing, those combinations are fucking deadly. And if you get a guy, so for everybody out there, there's a job opening in Phuket, Thailand, in Rawai, which, by the way, if I didn't travel so much, I'd be living down here. And what's cool about your gym is you're smack dab in the middle of everything.
yeah, that's right.
So, like, everything's convenient.
Yeah, we're in the heart of Rawai. Everything is within walking distance. Different beaches, beautiful restaurants, nice spas for sauna, recovery. Yeah, it's a pretty great location.
Yeah, it's a wonderful location. And so, like, it's almost like a hidden gym. So, if you're a boxing coach out there who knows how to tie things into other martial arts,
We're looking for you.
Jack's got an opening. Hit him up. But so that's awesome. So Dorian is coming out, and I've trained with Dorian. I was his wrestling coach at one point, and he was my Muay Thai coach at one point because of MMA. And I personally am looking forward to him coming out here. I think it'll be great for your gym. But dude, the boxing thing, that's cool as hell too. And then kickboxing, do you have anybody in mind for that?
I think when Angelos takes a step back, well, not necessarily a step back, when Angelos slows down with fights, he's going to start to take over the kickboxing sessions and give some insight there, because he's made a success of kickboxing, being a kickboxer within Muay Thai, so he's got a great angle on it, so we will use him to run some of the kickboxing classes.
Okay. He'll be your first coach for kickboxing.
He's going to help with the program to begin with, at least to get it off the ground yet.
Start building
We haven't secured an out-and-out kickboxing coach yet either. Dorian was the first win for us, and now we're going to find some more trainers to fill out the structure.
And for a kickboxing coach, like, what would your ideal background be? Like somebody with like a glory background, or
Yes, with a glory background would be great, or someone who's fought or taught with high-level guys who have fought kickboxing at a good level. Just someone who has either competed at a high level and shown an interest in teaching, or someone who's already taught some good level guys who wants to come over and be part of a team that's on the up and growing.
that's so cool. And all right, so kickboxing and boxing, there's job openings. Phuket, Thailand, guys, it's amazing down here. And what else is awesome is, like, there's so much room for growth down here because of all the gyms that are around, and because if you guys focus in on that niche for striking and just become that high level gym for striking, that's pretty awesome, man. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, we're already starting to establish the reputation for being a place where guys come just to get their striking. Quite often the case, we get MMA guys come from other gyms to get their workout here. And I think that's an area in which that we can really create our own flow and our own market. So that's the plan.
That's cool. And so ideally you'll have your classes expanded mid-year. What are you thinking?
So Dorian arrives in a couple of months, and that's when we will start the building out of the program and start to add new classes. And then the boxing, the kickboxing program all depends on as and when we find these new trainers. We can get the program started with some of the stuff we have, but the striking for MMA and the stuff with Dorian will start by the end of May.
Okay, by the end of May. By the end of May, Powerhouse is expanding their class schedule, expanding their striking for MMA, which is obviously music to my ears because, hi.
But yeah, I mean, for MMA, but also for Muay Thai, with Dorian's experience and knowledge, he's a great attribute just to the Muay Thai gym in itself, but he has a wealth of knowledge when working with MMA athletes and just mixed martial artists. So yeah.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah, I
asset.
mean he's kind of focused in on that as he's been in both sports for so many years. But yeah, so Powerhouse guys, they're growing, they're expanding, they're in the best spot in Phuket. Beaches, food, delicious food, everywhere around here. Like right there, I can see it. I can see delicious food right there. Come here, come to Powerhouse, get your training in. Jack, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Now I'm going to get my ass kicked again in sparring.
Thank God.
It's always fun.
That's why haven't you make me do an interview?
Yes.